Previously on Easy on Cars, I got this rust-free RX-8 from Texas. I was also gifted the drivetrain from this 2004 Chevy Express 2500. I did have to haul it back a few states away, but it was worth the trip. So today we begin the DIY install of the LQ4 and 4L80E in the RX-8 chassis. Alright, so I'm back here working on the RX-8. I've got the engine just kind of mocked up over here. So I have these motor mounts from a C5 Corvette. There's the bracket part of it, and then there's actually the rubber mount. We're going to have one of those on each side, and just kind of taking inspiration from the LS1 RX-8 kit. I'll just be making a mount that kind of goes from here to here, and then we'll find out where to drill holes in the plate, in the mount, and we'll do the same thing over on this side. Alright, so here's the mock-up of my engine mounting plates. I just use this hole here for guidance, and here's a bit of a gap here. So what I'm going to do is get these cut out of steel with a plasma cutter. We'll do that in a little bit here, but these basically look a lot like the LS1 RX-8 mounts, and mostly because the car kind of dictates the shape the subframe here does. But you know, if you don't want to go through all this hassle, save yourself the time and buy those from Steve. But if you know, you're cheap like me and you want a little more DIY, then I certainly think we can make these really sturdy by putting them in here and making some gussets for them, and then probably just welding them right to the subframe. So that's the plan. Alright, so we're going to cut out some patterns for the RX-8 LS engine mounts.
Today.
Consumables are the appropriate term. I just wanted to say something like just the tip.
It's all about the tip and only the tip.
Let me show you what I'm thinking here for these motor mounts. So these are just the plates that will be kind of in the RX-8. They're not very pretty right now because you know, we were actually learning how to use this plasma cutter here, and I think if I were to start over now and do it again, they'd be pretty. But I just hit them with the angle grinder quick to get the slag off, and I'll probably shape them down a little bit more once I have time. But I'm gonna put these gussets on the bottom here, weld these up, and I'll probably need some spacers on one side that I'll eventually weld up. Obviously, I'm well back to Minnesota, and I've been working on the engine for the RX-8, so slowly upgrading some stuff. Haven't taken a lot of video to this point because I left my camera behind, but also I've just been really busy. But I'll give you now a quick overview of where I'm at and some of the upgrades that I've made so far. So over here you can see the truck intake. This is a pretty tall intake. Doesn't need to necessarily clear any hood, not like you would find in a GM car. But on the engine over here we have an LS3 intake, and we've got the fuel injectors and fuel rail that came with it. I picked this up on eBay. I do have a fancy adapter to go from the 3-bolt style, which is on the truck intake, to the 4-bolt style that is on the LS3 intake. So that's going to allow us to use the cable throttle that came with it. I think that is sitting right over here as well. So we just have the truck throttle body for now. That'll be a good starting point. So we also have some more shiny things on the LQ4 here. These are 823 heads, very similar to what you'd get in the LS3, except they don't have the same lightweight valves, I believe. But besides that, they are the exact same casting. They have the rectangular port heads compared to the cathedral port, so that allows us to use the LS3 intake as well. If you haven't seen the difference in the cathedral port, that's what the cathedral port looks like. It's got like a point at the top. Rectangular port does not have a point, it's just a rectangle there. So we've got those. We also have eBay LS3 headers. These are known to fit in the chassis quite well. We also have the F-body LS1 oil pan to make fitment a little bit easier, allow the engine to sit a little bit farther forward because the truck pan pushes it back just a little bit too far. So for now, I have the truck crank pulley. Could swap that out later, we'll see. Those are most of the engine upgrades. In the next episode, I weld up the engine mounting plates and the transmission crossmember, and I'll show you how this thing fits in the car. Please subscribe if you like what you see, and as always, take it easy, easy on cars. For? Is it time for me to put you to bed?
No, it's time to get a picture of this guy.
Oh, that's funny. Whose idea was this?
It was mine.
Okay.